Welcome to episode number 21 of the GrowthArtic podcast. Today all about the business plan. Should you have one? Should you discard it? Should you have a plan for your business?
Yes.
That is the topic of today. Or should you just go for what these days the cool kids do, the business model canvas, and be done with it? Have maybe a value proposition canvas on top of it. Have two cool hipster posters.
Lean canvas.
3 cool hipster posters on your wall.
GrowthArtic process version 3.0.
And you are now among the elite of the tech startups. Or should you go back and do the good old business plan?
Yeah. I would say good question, because that's a question all entrepreneurs, all startup founders, all people who have an idea to do, they are facing this, right?
I feel like there were two phases. Like in the beginning in my entrepreneurial journey, I thought I need a business plan. Then I drank the lean startup Kool-Aid and I was like, I don't need a fucking business plan. The more experience I have, the more I think I need a plan for my business. Which might result in a business plan, maybe not. So why, Hendrik?
Let's start with why.
Consider a business plan.
So first of all, I don't have for my business, I don't have a really long, detailed business plan like the
Scandal!
I don't have it. So like 50 pages with everything in it. With,
live on TV.
With costs and revenues and what can happen and whatever. So I don't have it. But for sure I have something, and that's something like I have a vision, I have a cost plan for this year, for next year. I have a
cost plan.
Yeah, sure. A revenue plan for this year and next year. And so I have a plan, but I think there is a difference between having a plan and having a business plan.
Yes, or maybe having a plan for your business.
And so most of the people think they need to prepare a business plan first, and maybe there's a reason, because all banks, if you need money from a bank, if you need money from, I would say, an old school investor, they need these kind of business plans.
A VC might want one as well.
Sorry?
A VC, like a venture capital fund.
Yeah, sure. They need a business plan. So that means that you have to sit down and write something.
If you're at Deutsche Bank, you need a business plan even for a fucking credit card.
Yeah, really?
Honestly.
Oh.
Or it's crazy.
Why do you go to the Deutsche Bank?
I thought I wanted to have an internationally accepted institution once I take money online. I thought like Deutsche Bank is somebody in Australia and Canada would trust to send some money over. And I didn't want to have Volksbank or Sparkasse. That nobody would understand. That's my reason
but
why.
still why? So that could be a reason why you need something like this. So I have a good friend from Berlin. She's starting her business now. She she quit her former job, and now she's starting her startup. And for sure, everybody is telling her that she needs a business plan. And she told me on the weekend that she was sitting there for 2 or 3 weeks just doing this kind of business plan to get this how's it called, Gründerkredit? That's something.
Or
founder stipendium or whatever it is. I think you know what we mean. And then you need it. Sorry, you have to prepare it. I think it's not. So it's always worth it to sit down and to think about what is. Why are you laughing?
No.
It's always worth it, but in the end, I would say, and that's something we said in the former episodes, 20 episodes as well, is the first challenge is to find somebody who wants to buy your product. 1, 2, 3. So find if there is a market for your product. For however you do this, there are so many tools and opportunities, but that should be the challenge in the first 3 months to find somebody who buys your product.
Let me argue against that.
Yeah, please.
A bit. Yeah. So I think the main problem is that we entrepreneurs just take way too fucking much time to create those business plans. What the hell, 3 weeks? I mean, like, they're like 5 to 10 pages. There is not a single chapter in a business plan that doesn't make sense. Yeah,
or
competitive analysis, strength, go-to-marketing strategy, product description, team plan, cash flow plan. What's not to love? Yeah.
Hypothesis.
But why don't you fucking do it on the weekend? Yeah. Like at least. Why do we? I used to do it too. Yeah. Why do we make this bachelor thesis out of every business plan rewrite? And then I totally agree. We should not be stopping ourselves from actually executing. Yeah. By just staying in this analysis paralysis state. Yeah, that is what lots of people get into once somebody tells them, write me a business plan. Yeah, then you can't find them for the next 3 to 6 months. Yeah, and that is what I really dislike. What I wish instead is not to discard this, but to become reasonable about a business plan, or at least a plan for your business. Even if you're just validating an idea. Like, to be honest, very few people are as mad as we are, like testing 5 things in parallel. Most people have one thing in their mind and they want to know what's happening.
Yeah.
How can you not spend a weekend on creating a plan where you really structure, okay, like if these are my hypotheses, these are my assumptions, and I write them down, make a video if you don't like writing, yeah, and challenging yourself with those key chapters that, like, those institutions and investors, they want them for a reason, yeah, to see if you are actually faced some of the harder questions for your business. And then, or in parallel, you go out, you test it, you find customers and everything. But you are investing, at least, I promise you're going to invest the next 6 months of your life. Yeah, finding out if this is available. Invest 6 days or 2 days at least in just writing. This is why I think, that's my why. Like, why not? Okay. Do you disagree with that?
If you need it for whatever reason, you have to do this, and then I would totally agree to say, find a time slot where you do it and focus, and then just get rid of it because you need it. But, and that was my sentence as well, don't defocus from what you have to really do, and that's find the first customers.
Yeah. And you can only do this between like 9 and 6 p.m. Yeah. Then what the fuck are you doing in the night? Yeah.
Writing a business plan.
Write your business plan, create your landing pages, create your campaigns, use the time from 9 to 6 to hustle, on the phone, for example. And then you are all fine. You can do it in parallel. Yeah. So maybe we like getting into the how of the business plan. To me, we talked a little bit beforehand about it. The difference is between the business plan and the plan for your business. Yeah.
That's a difference.
We both agree that we should have a plan for your business.
Sure.
The question is how. In case you need it for financing, do the fucking business plan. Just the way they want you to do it. Read the McKinsey book on it. It's excellent. But if we want to have a plan for a business, how would you go about it?
So I would start with business model canvas thing. Just we put it in the show notes if you don't know it. Just fill it out about cost, about revenue, about partners, about marketing channels, about your value proposition.
Your key activities.
There's just one thing missing. Okay. So business model
the customer segments.
Start always with this because that's something like the executive summary. So I would always add to the real business plan a business model canvas as well.
And I would start with it.
And I would always start with this letter because I'm pretty sure even in the banks and the old VCs, there could be a smart guy who has to sort out the good and the bad ones. And if there is a business model canvas, because it's just a one-pager, to get an idea what you're doing. If you have a clue. If the business model canvas sucks, the rest, I don't have to read the rest of the 50 papers. So I would always start
with a business model canvas.
With something like a business model canvas. Yeah.
And like if you're still uncertain about the value proposition, there is this one level deeper plan from the same guy, Alexander Osterwalder, and his company Strategizer, which is called the value proposition canvas, I think.
I never heard it.
Yeah. It's like the one thing where you match pains and gains against customer needs and pains. Yeah. It's just for like the centerpiece of the USP. Yeah. Your value proposition that you offer, which is like the core piece of the business model in anything, and the business model canvas. And once you have that, what should you do? I
would start talking to people. So not just writing, I would start taking this and this challenging to people who are good in writing business plans, who have a business already, or to the target group, that means to VCs or some, just getting feedback to this part.
Yesterday night
that's
was
interesting, and that's so important. As soon as possible, always.
I had a guy last night, it was Sunday night, my kids were out with grandparents, so I had a free night. And where do you spend your free nights? In the office on Sunday, as if you're me. He came with his girlfriend and said like, Ben, I want to pitch this thing to you before I pitch them to VCs. Yeah, those startup communities like co-working spaces, they are eager to hear from you. Enter a pitch competition, you will be bashed left and right with feedback. It's amazing on how much you can get, but also get it from your potential customers. Yeah. And that we call customer development. Yeah. Sometimes where it's not sales. It's asking them like, what problems do you have? Like in your everyday life, researching them, getting to know their world, their environment, their systems, and then asking at the end, okay, if that is true that you have a problem with that, would this be a decent solution for you? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a decent solution for you. Are you willing to write a letter of intent that you would be willing to check out this product? Yeah. Super easy. Once you got the product, you go to them, do you want to come on my beta user list? You get a special discount for the rest of our lifetime value. Bam! You have customer development combined with sales.
Perfect.
That's why we do. And then this process should be in your plan for your business.
Yeah.
How many people are you going to reach out to? Who are you going to talk to? Who are the stakeholders? How many, give yourself like a number. I try to at least do like 10 interviews per week. Yeah. To keep you in that flow. What else would you do?
I think that was a perfect description of the first steps. Then next, I would take all this feedback. So be open-minded and feedback-oriented, and not just stick to your idea, stick to your model.
Yeah.
And then next step would be the executive summary. Not just sitting down and writing, executive summary. Maybe one page or at least two, something like. And that's the hardest part. The hard part is not to find the time to write 50 pages. The hard part is to find the right idea to bring it just on one page or 2 pages. Executive summary. And I would say if you have the business model canvas validated with some, maybe 100 potential customers, and the executive summary, I would say you have 80%. The rest is just time.
How about a pitch deck? Even if you don't want to sell your company, do you even have a pitch deck to sell yourself? To sell the team members you have? It's like there are extremely good examples. Like I would mention 2, the one from venturehacks.com and the one from Guy Kawasaki. They have very good templates that you can copy. And again, what does the business plan do? It forces you to check off several boxes, to check like, if this is a chess game, to look in all 4 corners of the board. And we are all biased to be focused only on one thing. I'm very biased toward go-to-market strategy, but I have a weakness when I look at the product side. This is your strength, for example.
Where to start,
and those canvases, the business plan, the pitch deck, they just force you to look through the lens, that somebody that has proven the system, even though it might be a bit old school, has figured out that this is an important area to look at. And why wouldn't you give your baby, your business, the best chance to win and not run around with a blind eye? Yeah. So this also like is a bit of the what already, I think, right? Would you like to add anything, or do we?
I think this one with the pitch deck is a really good advice because a pitch deck is always something. It's more visible than just written sentences. So focus on the pitch deck. There are the great templates you mentioned already, and then present it.
Yeah, good one.
Because so exercise, not because you have to pitch in front of a big audience, but start presenting it, record it on video, present it to your wife or to your girlfriend or whatever you have.
Yes.
Just to exercise, because you're getting the feedback. And for me, while I'm talking, while I'm presenting, I start learning. I start learning because I got the feeling how it feels. Sounds stupid, but
I know what you mean.
How does it feel? Where I say, okay, no, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to write it down and then take it with me. So that could be an advice. Pitch deck, and then present your pitch deck. If there are some pitch competitions, and even if you are not looking for money or whatever, just join these pitching competitions just to learn pitching, because I think that's something what is really valuable for the success of your business. If you're able to pitch your business idea in 3 minutes, you have to pitch it to the bank, you have to pitch it to your customers, you have to pitch it to your partners, you have to pitch it. That's interesting. You have to pitch it for your team. You are looking for team members, for teammates.
They need to believe in your idea.
They have to believe your vision and your figures. Nobody wants to work for a business who has not a business plan, but not a plan, without plan.
They're really good pitch competitions in every city, or business plan competitions. If you happen to be in Cologne, the one I can recommend is like NUK, and they do regular business plan competitions, and they have the experience with the banks and the feedback they get from the business plans. Or the Rheinland Pitch here at Startplatz. We are sitting here at Startplatz in Cologne, a monthly event. I think it's happening right now.
I think it's today.
Yeah. Let's go check out some pitches and talk to you guys later. See you on growthartic.com/21 for the landing page where you get all the links to the business plan episode, to YouTube, Stitcher, iTunes. Subscribe and leave us a review there.
And clowns out.
Don't let me hang. See you later. Bye bye.
Sorry.
That was a good one.